Sandro here from Carcraft Auto Detailing in Melbourne. In today's video I want to have a chat about microfiber cloths, the different types available, their specific uses and how I use them in my detailing business. First off, I just want to say that microfiber is probably the best thing to happen to detailing in my lifetime so far. When I first started detailing, the best cloths around were those terry cotton and nappy cloths. The first time I tried a microfiber, I was totally blown away at how easily it picked up the polish and wax and was sold in an instant. So, unlike natural cotton, microfiber is synthetic, mostly made up of polyester, which is usually 70 to 80%, and polyamide, 20 to 30%, which gives it its absorption and density. Then you have all the different types of weaves and naps, such as plush, flat, twisted and waffle weaves, as well as the grams per square metre or GSM, which in practical terms relates to its thickness. Personally, I keep my microfibers split into 6 categories: interior, engine and wheels, glass, polish and compounds, wax and sealants, and drying towels. And I'll explain why as we look at some of the cloths and brands I use and buy. So first up, we have the infamous Kirkland or Costco microfibers that seem to have a love or hate relationship with detailers and enthusiasts. My opinion is that they have their place. Initially, they do slightly lint, but are very capable and safe on car paint and removing polish and wax. They do, however, deteriorate quickly after 3 to 4 uses and washes, stiffening and becoming more rigid and unsafe for paint, at which point they become my favourite interior cleaning cloths, lasting up to 6 months and at about $1 each, probably the best value cloths on the market. Next up are the cheap and nasty cloths sold at hardware stores. These Hardwicks branded ones, which are bought at Masters, are a 40 by 30 centimetre size at about 40 cents each, and after a little use and investigation I found out why. They're actually a blend of polyester and nylon, not polyamide, so I'm not sure if that really qualifies them as a true microfiber blend. Secondly, you think, wow, an edgeless microfiber cloth, so cheap, but if you run your fingers along the edge, it's hard, like little plastic shards, and not something that I would put anywhere near polished paint. There's a big difference between the quality of soft-cut, edgeless microfibers and the hard melted like crunchy edges on these cheap ones. And unlike the Costco cloths that have good absorbency, these Hardwick cloths have a very low GSM, so they're not great interior cloths either. But again, they do have their uses, such as tyre, underbody and engine cleaning. I also use them as more of a disposable cloth for wiping off chemicals such as thinners, adhesive removers, cleaning wet sanding residue and cleaning my own tools and equipment, which would ruin my quality microfiber cloths. Similar, but slightly better, are these Morgan cloths I bought at Bunnings Warehouse. They're pretty much the same size, density and price, but have a softer, safer sewn edge, but I more or less use them in the same way. Next are my favourite compound and polish removal cloths. These have a short, closed weave pile and are 40 by 40 centimetres in size, which is, by the way, my favourite size for microfibers, as you can fold them into quarters, giving you 8 clean sides to work with, and it perfectly fits in your hand for workability. Also, as a side note, many different brands of microfibers are actually made by the same manufacturer and then rebranded by several retailers. So these cloths are a 300 GSM, have fairly soft, well-cut edgeless borders, are 100% lint-free, and the most durable of all my cloths. They are sold as Mint premium microfiber cloths, as well as Concours Horizon Edge cloths at about $6 to $7 each. The reason I like them so much for compound removal is that they stay folded as you collect the product, unlike the thick plush towels that are harder to keep folded and too grippy for this particular use. Similar to these, but with a slightly higher GSM and a more stranded weave are the HD Car Care Microfibers, which are even softer than the Mint and Horizon cloths and cheaper at $5 each, but not quite as durable. The stitched edged HD cloths are also quite a good cloth, but at $4.50 each, you're better off paying the extra 50 cents and getting the edgeless ones, which are all round a much better cloth. I also want to mention these Ribes cloths. They have a very low GSM, just like the cheap hardware store ones, but they're worlds apart in quality. This is the softest edge on any microfiber I've ever used. And that's another thing. Don't assume that a higher GSM and plush cloths are better. Take this $6 Kmart towel with an 800 GSM and long plush fibre strands. It lints all over the place, is rubbish at picking up any sort of product, and was leaving black dye behind the first time I used it. Next up are the cloths I like using for wax and sealant removal. I generally like these to have medium to long nap piles and be my softest cloths, as there's nothing worse than spending 10 hours plus correcting paint to then go and put scratches back into your finish. At the top of my list is the Rag Company's Eagle Edgeless cloth, also sold as the Optimum Edgeless. I wish I could make a pillow out of this cloth. It's just so soft, luxurious and light. It's also very durable and great for the final wipe down of paintwork, and at $7 a pop, a great value cloth in my opinion. Very similar to the Eagle Edgeless is this purple plush Edgeless from Detail Central. It's got a slightly thicker GSM. It's not quite as soft, but at $6 each, it's another winner for me. Then there's the more traditional wax buffing cloths with heavy 600 to 1000 GSM densities and high prices to match. These range from $12 all the way up to $22 each, and personally, I don't think they're worth it. Don't get me wrong, they're very soft, great at finishing, but so are many other microfibers, and from a business point of view, it's hard to justify spending 2 to 3 times on a cloth that's really no better. Okay, now onto glass cloths. I found personally using a medium pile weave for cleaning the glass, followed by a shorter weave to finish the glass, gives me the best results. But having said that, I'll also say that glass is the one thing about detailing cars that really frustrates me time and time again. I think it's perfect that the light changes or I see it from a different angle and there's always a spot I've missed. Lastly, we have drying towels. The first great one I ever used was a waffle weave. This one in particular is a Meguiar's brand. It's a 75 by 55 centimeter. It costs $20. I've had it for years now, so it's good on durability, safe on paint, but it does need to be ringed out a couple of times on a standard size car. Next is this Aqua Touch Plush drying towel. It's a massive 90 by 60 centimeters. It costs $30 and can almost dry a car in one go. But trying to wring this thing out will most likely lead to carpal tunnel, as it's near damn impossible and it takes close to 2 days to finally dry. So it's not a great towel for my needs anyway. Lastly, we have this amazing 1000 GSM Concours Tempest high-tech drying towel. It comes in 2 sizes. This is the junior. It's only 45 by 35 centimeters, and it totally blew my mind the first time this tiny towel dried my whole car in one go. And it's also fairly easy to wring out, and I'm definitely getting the full-size version in my next order. So just a few tips before I wrap this up. Avoid using spray waxes and sealants with your drying towels, as this will compromise their drying ability. And never wash your microfibers in hot water, as this will melt and harden the fibers. Warm water with straight laundry detergent with no fabric softeners or bleachers works best, and a dash of vinegar and eucalyptus wool wash can work wonders. I really hope you enjoyed and found this video useful. Please like, comment and subscribe if you want to see more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.